fish sticks or fish or what, there's a bunch of stuff that everyone always says.
The South Park is the best one.
So Fishgistics just kind of got thrown out there as a joke, and it just kind of stuck.
Okay.
Yeah. That was 2017.
Fishgistics, who is like the race guy today. This one. The podcast rule, keep the mic about a hand mouth from here.
Okay.
We'll probably have to pull the thing forward.
Yeah, I'll move it over.
It's pretty garbage equipment.
That doesn't look that bad.
Oh, this is the handle thing.
Oh.
The road stuff's nice. All right, are we comfortable here doing this right now?
Should be good.
I think we should be good. Oh wait, I got it.
Make sure that thing's recording.
Oh my god, format. I have to format. No. I think I just turned this on. I don't think it's going to be peaking. Can we get comfortable in here? I've never done this. Is the first ever podcast at the Wally studio. Can you speak, sir?
Yep, testing 1 2. Good to be here.
I think so.
How are you looking?
Austin,
Yeah.
thank you. I shook your hand outside. We'll
Nice
shake
to meet
it real
you.
quick.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming over and doing this thing for me. This is the first official. I've done a test one with my buddy Mikey, but this is the first official They Call Me Wally podcast.
All right. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on the first one.
Yeah. What I really want from this podcast, I guess we have to do a little bit intro, what I'd like to hone in on, what this podcast is about for me. I'm really passionate in this space. I work in the space. I live in the space. I go to as many events as I can at the place I work for. And my goal is I get to meet a lot of different people individually. Like I've been to your golf tournament.
Yep.
And I get to meet guys like you. And I know that you're passionate. But even if I met you 5 times in 6 years, it's probably 25 minutes total.
Yeah, so totally. Yeah.
So and it'd be ideal for us it'd be ideal for me to learn about guys like you that went above the norm and did things because you wanted to see an answer to something or be a part of something. And I think it's really cool what you've done. And I don't really know too much about it. So let's start. I only know you from I see you on social media, and that's where I go to get my information from now about any racing.
It's pretty much where everybody goes nowadays. It seems like, social media has it all.
How did you start the program that you have going in now? Like, where did it all stem from?
So Fishgistics, basically, where did it start? Well, it started, I was sitting at home. Well, first of all, I used to race.
What is Fishgistics technically? What would you describe it as?
So Fishgistics, it's kind of evolved. Obviously, it's a social media platform or, on social media platforms. It's really just... It's a social media page that brings you news and stuff around desert racing, just desert, having fun, recreation, kind of all of it wrapped in one. I started it because I used to race, and we can touch more on that later if you want, but used to race. After I stopped racing for a little while, I was trying to get information during races, and there was just nowhere to go to find any information. Like social media was kind of new when I first started it. And want me to keep going or something?
No,
okay.
I can hear something like that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All good.
This is, again, our first podcast, and I know that because when I sit on my phone and my AirPods, I can hear the air conditioning, and I just don't want the hissing noise when I'm having to listen to myself speak.
Perfect.
So I didn't want the story to get interrupted. I'm sorry, guys.
We're good.
We'll start up.
Yeah, so I was trying to find, places to go to find information when you're sitting at home, like, hey, who's winning right now? Like, where is Bryce Benzies? Where is Andy? Where's my car at? Like, what are they doing? And pretty much all you had was a little dot on a website if you knew where to go to see it, if the website was working. And you could go there and you could try to maybe find the class that they were racing in. If you didn't know what class they're in, you didn't know where to look. There just wasn't anything really out there to tell everyone what was going on during the race. So I wanted to kind of help out with that. And I thought it'd be fun to just start a social media page that just covered desert racing. And so that's what it was. I didn't even have a name for it when I first started and was just talking to a couple buddies. Obviously, my nickname is Fish, and I can tell you where I got that if you want later. But just kind of one of them was like, oh, like you're doing logistics kind of, and you're fish. Why don't you just be Fishgistics? And I was like, okay, well, yeah, that sounds good. It sounds kind of corny.
It's catchy, dude. It caught my attention.
Is it fish sticks or fish dicks or what? There's a bunch of stuff that everyone always says.
The South Park
is the best one. So Fishgistics just kind of got thrown out there as a joke, and it just kind of stuck.
Okay.
So that was 2017 is when I started doing that.
Yeah. Were you always interested? Like, did you do that as a kid with sports cars or anything? Like keeping up to stats and things like that? Or
Not too much, really. Like, honestly, I was more into fishing mostly when I was growing up, hence the nickname Fish. That's where it came from. But no, I
or
wasn't
competition
really.
fishing?
Yeah, no, just for fun.
Okay.
Yeah, just for fun. So there wasn't really into stats too much or anything. I mean, a little bit. Like, yeah, I watch baseball and fishing are my two hobbies.
Okay.
Really, so besides off-road stuff. So baseball, yeah, I was definitely into stats and everything in baseball. So it kind of the stats kind of led to it, but I just was more so just trying to find out what the heck is going on. Like, who's winning the race right now? Like the Baja 1000 is going on right now. I don't know anything about it. There was no live shows on it when I first started this. There was no live coverage.
It was the weatherman.
There was weatherman on the radio.
It was the funniest thing. Like I'm not a sports fan. I like to participate, and I think that's what I like about Baja, like racing or just off-road racing. I don't want to say Baja racing, but racing in Mexico is that anyone can participate. There's no entry level. You can
That's
show
good
up.
and bad.
Of course, it's terrible, but there is no. But it is obviously attainable for a lot. So you seek it. It's easy to seek.
Yeah.
For me at least, and I find a lot of value in what you've done because again, it's this nuanced thing that not anyone else is taking advantage of to actually grade who's doing what. And then figuring out who's doing what because there wasn't any financial gain for anyone to do it.
Yeah.
And it needed somebody like you to walk in and be like, dude, this just needs to happen.
Yeah, when I first started doing it, like I wasn't even getting paid. Like the first couple, races that I did it, I didn't have any sponsors or anything. I was just doing it for fun. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I did it, some people at companies reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, like can we put our logo on your during your thing? Like we'll pay you for it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." Like, cool.
But you were providing so much value right off the bat.
Yeah.
You must have done some research before this. It's not like
well,
you
I've
must
done it
have
my whole life.
Okay.
So I grew up racing. I've worked in the industry my whole life. Literally when I was 16, I built my own race truck, went out, won a couple championships with it. So
really?
I've done all that. I worked for teams doing prep that had unlimited budget, Alan Pfluger. So I've grown up seeing everything around desert racing, been going to desert races since I was, 15 years old. So now I'm 42. So more than what 3/4 of my life pretty much have been going to races. So just kind of knew who everybody was already. And that's kind of why I think like it worked too. Because if you had just came in and you didn't know anything about anybody and everyone's new, I don't think you would have had the same connection that I had to a lot of people. And that's kind of why I think it made it work. I had connections with a lot of people in the industry, a lot of racers, a lot of people at different, shops. Just I knew a lot of people. Yeah. So that's the only way I was able to pull it off, honestly. Of course. Yeah.
The whole Fishgistics thing.
The whole Fishgistics thing, just getting the information I was getting from racers and races and everything.
That's kind of like, it's not that you were able to do it. It's like it's not like you had to. It's not like someone asked you to do it. You did it because you wanted it to happen.
Well, somebody had to do it and nobody else was doing it. There was a couple things out there. Dirt News, Tim Sanchez back in the day, he kind of did a little bit of live coverage. I worked for Race Desert before, so I used to work for Race Desert. We actually did a couple live broadcasts from down in Mexico of like the start and finish of a race back in the day. So well before Fishgistics, maybe early 2012, 13, somewhere around there. We actually did a couple live broadcasts from down there. So I had a little bit of experience of doing that.
But you were touching the waters with that live broadcast stuff.
Yeah.
What were you trying to get out of it? I mean, were you having fun with social, or is it just be like, I'm doing this, I'm here anyways? Like
when I did the Fishgistics thing, or before that?
Yeah, just any of it. Like, what was like when you started doing any of this? You're catching it for you wanted to get the information. When did you start wanting to share it with people, or how did that happen? Did it happen quickly, or how was that? Because, like I said, I'm coming into this space a little different than you. I didn't grow up off-roading.
Yeah,
I got into off-roading in my early 20s, and met friends of a friend, the TNT guys that I knew, and they had trucks, and I got to ride in them. So it led me to the space that I'm at now. I've always been into motor vehicles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but now I'm like, it's all in off-road, right? It's like everything I do. So I came into the space, joining an off-road team, kind of seeing this getting and like doing the Baja 1000, whole mess of the whole shit. But we had so much money at the time for that race team. It was a really cool experience to see how the real guys are doing it.
Exactly.
2 helicopter. It was crazy, right? Oh, yeah. And you'll know a story from that race, but it was new to me still, and it was still new to me. And then it's like you were kind of on the scene still doing these things. So in my eyes, you were a big deal, even though it was probably new and nobody was like, you probably thought no one was paying attention. But me, I'm like, man, this guy knows all the information. He knows everybody. And people are paying attention, and it's like, it's cool. And so and then now I've been doing this 12 years. I get to see the backstory, and I'm like, man, how that he did this for no reason. No one asked him to do it. You've turned it this like you must like doing some aspects of it, right?
Yeah, it was a passion project,
Yeah.
so obviously, in the beginning. Like you said, I had other jobs. I've always had other jobs. Like Fishgistics has never been my full-time job, so I was just able to do it on the side, and it worked out well. I was working at Daily Engineering at the time when I started doing it, and Pat and his dad Bill, they were super supportive of it. They were
Daily
racers.
Engineering?
So Daily Engineering builds dry sump oil pump systems for race cars, race vehicles, engines. So pretty much any trophy truck, they all have Daily Engineering stuff on it now. So they're really big.
I've
now.
never bought a trophy truck motor, so I'm not there yet.
Well,
I'll learn about their business.
Even drag race motors, like they do any kind of real race engine that has a dry sump, it probably has a Daily pump and pan on it. So there is in Temecula. And anyways, I was working there, and I was able to, with their support, kind of start Fishgistics, on the side. And Pat was a racer himself, so he understood it and everything. But it was cool. They were super supportive. I'd take a day off and go do a show like this, do a preview show or a wrap-up show. So I was able to do everything there, and then it just kind of started growing from that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think when I've seen it from you, it seems like it's got to be such a rush during the show too, because like there's peaks and valleys during the show, and you're watching it live and experiencing it, and like it seems like you're having fun still. Like you've been doing it. How long have you been doing it now?
Yeah, well, the Fishgistics stuff since 2017, so this would be 10 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely not quite as exciting to me as it was when I first started. Like, I'll just be honest, I'm a little bit burned out on doing the updates and stuff. But yeah, it's fun. The hardest race to do is the Baja 1000. People are always like, how do you stay awake all night? Like, what are you doing? Like I'm not doing drugs. Like I'm not doing coke all night. Like I'm not awake. Just, I'm not doing that. But it's because of what you just said. I'm actually into it.
Yeah.
So when you're following it and you're paying attention every hour, like it kind of keeps you awake because you have something to do. So like, okay, it's midnight, but I got to do an update. And then like you talk for 20 minutes and then it kind of get information. I'm like, oh man, it's already 1 o'clock. Got to do another update. Yeah. And then next thing you know, the sun's coming up. So it's like, if you were just sitting there and you were just not doing anything,
watching the show,
you'd get bored and maybe you'd fall asleep. But when I know that I have to do stuff, I don't even get tired until after the race is over, really.
I turn into such a participant so quick. And
you want to know what's going on.
Well, and just not like, when you're doing something that you find value in, it's like you do forget about time.
Yeah.
Like, and that happens quickly. And I think what you were saying though is you're getting burnt out. It's probably the lead up to it because how much work is about going into it. But when you're there and in it, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's like anything. It's like, dude, I'm going to go run this marathon. Like, and it's like, but when you're 15 miles, I don't run marathons. You're 15 miles in probably or whatever. It's just clockwork. You're just doing the thing. So
yeah, it's pretty much the same thing now. Like I did originally, I was doing the best in the desert and score. And that was a lot. So I was doing like 8 to 10 races a year coverage. So literally like every month I had a race that I was doing. And then I was trying to do preview shows and wrap up shows. So like it was a lot. So it did definitely get kind of to be a lot. Now I pretty much just cover the score series, which is pretty much the main series in racing, and that's the most exciting to me. I like Baja the best.
So that's why you're going that direction. Is there any other reason, or is it just specifically like score is just more fun overall for you?
Best in the Desert was honestly, it was kind of dying off. It really was. It wasn't as exciting a races. There wasn't much at the races you could see, so I wasn't getting that much information. It's not an open course race, so there was nobody spectating anywhere. It was just in the pit. And there was speed zones in the pits. So anytime anyone had a camera or anything, it's literally just a car coming by at 20 miles an hour. So there wasn't much to show. There wasn't much to talk about. No one really had helicopters with cameras on it. Now they do a little bit, but there just wasn't enough to cover. Where in Mexico, you have a million Mexicans out on the course everywhere. Mexican locals all sending me stuff once they started knowing about it. Yeah. And
I've sent you stuff in the past.
Exactly.
And
that's what I mean.
It's so fun when you kind of know you're going to repost it if you get the first one, but it's still fun to see. You're like, okay, especially if it's something good, because I get to go to Mexico in a different way. Yeah. I'm always there on a work aspect. It's really hard to combine work and play. Yeah. You know how it is. It's like, that's what's turning this. And you're like, man, I don't get to go to the races and watch them anymore because you're sitting at home doing a job.
Which is part of the reason why I got burned out on a little bit, because part of me still wants to go back to the races. Originally, like, I am a racer, like myself. I've raced my whole life. So in the car, like not pit crew. Like I've never done the pit stuff really, except for when I was younger. But then once I got in a car, I've always wanted to be in a car.
Yeah, I want to drive a car. I don't want to be in the car. I want to be driving a car.
Yeah, I used to do the co-driving thing for a while, and then I got over that. And then I retired. I've said that I'm retired from the right seat.
Yeah.
I still go on the left seat.
What was it?
But
Which was, is it one scare or too many?
no, it was just kind of I don't know. I kind of got over it. Honestly, the worst, what topped it off was with the Mango Team 2015 Baja 1000. One of our other crew members in another truck actually did get hit and killed during the race, which was a big bummer. So they were stuck in a silt bed, and he got out, and kind of a rookie co-driver, just kind of a buddy, didn't know anything. He got out of the car, went to the back of the car, tried to get the stuck boards off the back, and another car came and smashed into him while he was standing behind the car.
So scary.
So I had literally just seen him like an hour ago when we left that pit, and we were in the truck. I was in the trophy truck. He was in a spec truck and behind us, and we were gone. We didn't know anything happened. You know, we went through there. I'm in the truck, and then we get to a pit later, and they tell us what happened, and we're like, oh my God, So that was kind of just like, after that race, I'm like, like it's fun, but at the same time, driving was way more fun. And like on the right side, the risk was a little bit more on the right side to something happening that wasn't really worth it. I'm not in control of the car. Like something happens, I'd rather just like, okay, I had fun. I'll retire from the right side.
I'm in the same boat. There's certain people I would for sure ride with again, because I know it's going to be a fun drive, and I'm not worried about them kind of catching that edge of aggression.
Yeah.
Because that edge of aggression really changes people. You know what I mean? That you don't really see someone get frustrated in regular life, and then all of a sudden, that real road rage comes out because they get to play road rage guy. Yeah. And you're like, this is I don't like this. Like, you're not making good decisions.
The guys that are trying to win when they're like, they do not have the talent to win. Like, I've never ridden with anybody that I didn't really trust, just because I'm not going to get in the car with them. Like, it's not worth it.
Of course, I have.
It's crazy.
And I think that's a new thing people do, is you just want to be a part of it so bad. Because again, I came in as late. Like, it's 25. I was probably 25. I owned a house at the time. I was probably 24, 25. And I was getting into pre-runners. Yeah. And I just had, it was just an awe thing. And again, it was a long stretch. It's not like I started with all the right people. I landed this, my job in the industry at 28. So that's when I started having kind of a broader sense of what was going on in the space. Yeah. And more eyes to the off-road racing side of it. But before that, it was just this awe. And so then I did you're right. See, like anybody, you see it, when you get it, you want to take it.
Yeah. You're just going with whatever is offered to you.
Yeah. My experience is a little different. So I got, as far as the death thing does scare me in off-road a lot now, especially more as I get older, the mental side of that'll take a toll forever. The first race was 2014. I went to the Baja 1000. It was a big race. Okay. We were all money. Everybody's big money. It was a peninsula run. Yeah. And again, these guys, we had 2 helicopters. They're pre-running a trophy light at a time. I got to go in. It was so cool. Yeah.
What team were you with?
It was Nunley Racing.
Oh, okay.
So that race, we lost a co-driver. That we lost. The very beginning of the race, somebody was driving a chase truck, and they had an accident. Somebody passed away in it.
In the chase truck on the highway.
I didn't know the guy. I met the people, somebody in the car, and it was a sad thing. Yeah. Right. And then, but I was new, it was fresh, and I was like, oh, crazy. It was is logistics for us. And I wasn't anywhere around it. I didn't see it. So I just knew that death was more of a part of the space, right up front. Yeah. Anybody can die doing this. Yeah.
It's way riskier on the chase roads than it is in the race car, for sure.
And again, this is when I was in college. I wasn't even working in the industry yet. And I got to see this firsthand. Somebody that was a friend of a friend that had nothing to do with off-road, just wanted to come to Mexico and just see it.
They didn't even know. Yeah.
Gets in a car with somebody else that they didn't know. I wasn't there. There was a issue with them passing, and there was an accident. Yep. And it's whatever, it happens. Yeah. That's the point. We see death in this space pretty often. That race, the night race that caused all the issues for California and all the the stateside racing, I was supposed to be with my friends from TNT. Yeah. Because my buddy Mikey, his best friend was one of the guys that passed away. There's a lot of guys that I know in my space because I was from Oxnard, Ventura. Oh, okay. So that was a lot of people that passed away. That was the group. Yeah. And it was real frustrating, obviously, in that time. And because I'm coming up into it, and I'm so excited. You get to watch the races like I'd seen on TV, and it was shut down. The first race in California I went to go see, it wasn't fun anymore. Yeah. But I got to see Baja a little bit, and I had fun there. But death always gets real quick in this space, and for usually an unfortunate, and that's why they get talked about a lot. But it's part of it, and I don't.
It's gotten a lot better. Like, honestly, I think that people talking about it and them seeing what's happened and learning from that, like, it has really gotten a lot better the last, few years, especially in Baja. Like, the roads, I feel like everyone pays more attention when they're driving now. Knock on wood, there hasn't really been any big accidents lately. Yeah, there was a motorcycle guy that died. That wasn't really an accident. That was a heat stroke thing. But, like, I think everyone's being a little more smart. And I talk about that all the time. Like, if you watch any of my preview shows that we do with me and Cameron, like, we hound on the safety thing. And that was the reason why, one of the reasons why I started Fishgistics was after our co-driver died like that. It just took him forever to get information to him, to get him out of there. Like, the whole situation, nobody knew what to do. Nobody knew who to call. Like, nobody knew anything about it.
Well, and say the people that did have information, they're not like you and are built to share. Yeah. They're only sharing exactly what they need to with who they want to talk to, because that's how you're a good platform to gather more information in and share it in more of a public sense that's accurate.
That's what the biggest thing is now I have a bunch of people that'll give me information and I can get it to the correct person. Like, if I'm not it, like, if it's something happens during a race, like the 500, there was a bunch of stuff that happened to the 500. There was like 3 accidents within 30 minutes, but within a minute of them all happening, I knew about them because someone was telling me. I made sure Jose G knew about it. I made sure Weatherman knew about it. Like, I made sure everyone was connected. And I think that's a big thing. Like, Weatherman's always done that up on the mountain. People would call on the radio. He would hear them, and he'd try to get the response.
So that prior to you, realistically, and other people on social media that they didn't catch or whatever, but prior to you, I actually don't know if there's anyone else. I'm just guessing there's somebody was trying. You'd have to go back and listen to the radio. You'd have to go watch this stream. Like 24-hour radio clip and kind of find the minute or something. Because there was no AI to search it. There was no anything of, like, you had to be on the radio. Yeah. Like, back in the day. Like, this was only like not that long ago.
But before Starlink came out, you were literally sitting in a pit, even at the race. If your own team is out of VHF range, you have no idea what's going on.
At that first race, we had the Eye on Earth.
Yeah,
that was the baller-est thing you could get.
Yeah, they were so expensive, all those things, and then you had, like, the MSAT was which was $10,000 a piece. Exactly, it would work at the shop, and then you'd get down there and it wouldn't work. So Starlink definitely, like, as far as coverage goes and knowing what's going on in a race, Starlink definitely changed the game. And Starlink
made my life.
Everyone,
it's here.
It made what everybody was doing at the race so much easier to keep in contact. Safety wise, so much better. Like, you know what's going on the whole time.
But it's so cool because you were actually able to see all this before everyone else was. Like, you saw value in sharing them. Like, now we see, like, most people, and this is what I get frustration with, is people see value in the cost opportunity here. They're looking at it at $0.01. And there's nothing about this space that we chatted jokingly. Like, there's nothing about this space that there's a $0.01 to it. It is so expensive. It's so ridiculous how much everything costs to do anything in this space.
Oh, yeah.
And so it has to be passion forward. And a lot of people can be a part of this space because they can come in with outside income and think they can be a part of it, but they're just kind of a flash in the pan. Yeah. They might come in hot with a great idea, but if you're not passionate about the space, it's not long lived. Yeah. 10 years of you talking about
it's been a while.
Other people racing without NASCAR dollars, you know what I mean? Like, you're getting some financial gain from it, but I'm sure it's not carrying you through a race season.
It's not a full-time job.
Is it a race season?
Yeah,
probably not. No. You know what I mean? Like, it's a wild thing that we, and other broadcasters in other spaces get to be a bigger part of this thing. And you're doing this out of, like,
well, yeah, it's like if you look at, like, a sports, like a football game or a baseball game, like, they have very highly paid announcers that are calling the whole game, right? Yeah. There's nobody that's doing that in off-road, Even to this day, there's some people, but they're not getting paid. Like, these people doing this commentary aren't getting paid for these shows, It's like...
It's an opportunity.
Which is kind of weird because there's so much money in the other sports doing broadcasting, and then you come to off-road and there's none. So you really have to be into it to want to do it, know? The budget's just not there compared to other sports.
There's going to be a budget here soon because I think, again, people like you showcasing the value in it. And honestly, it's a big dollar sport. It's very interesting how it all has to work because it's like nothing else. And if you can only get eyes on it, that's when it gets interesting.
Now you can get more eyes on it with Starlink and such because you can show the race in the middle of the desert now from a helicopter or from drones. Drones are cheaper now. Drones have more range. They have more battery time. So you can actually put people out on the course, and the race series have been getting better. Like Scores show is decent now. It is, they have a few spots where you didn't ever used to be able to do any of that. You had nothing because there was no internet. You're in the middle of nowhere. So you can't show anything. Like, what are you going to show? Something a week later or a month later on TV? Everyone wants to see everything live right now.
Of course, and that's what you guys have done so well. And again, you caught my attention immediately. It's really cool that I get to sit here and talk to you now. Because it's like
I wasn't doing anything that cool. I didn't think.
This is the only sport I care about.
Yeah.
Like, other than pool now, which is new. Like, I am obsessed with pool, but like, it's the only thing I would come home from the thing. I'd be at the event, and I purposely do this. I leave the race at 4:30, and I always tell people it's the border crossing. I just liked my whole day after that. So I would leave. I would get past the border crossing really quickly, and I'd be home by 9:00 every start of the race.
Yeah.
And because I was in Mexico and I could watch the race, but
for contingency, you were there. Like
I'm talking about the whole time. I could stay there if I want. I just want to go home because I can sit in at my house and watch the race.
Yeah, you know more now being at home than you do at the race,
100%.
which it's flipped 180 degrees. Because before at home, you didn't know anything, and there was nothing. You had to be at the race, and then you only knew what was in front of you or what you heard on Weatherman.
In my situation, it's different from most. Most people go down there with a group of friends, and it's different. I'm down there for work, so again, for me to actually enjoy the race and participate the best way, it is honestly come home and watch it on your TV like the Super Bowl. Like, unless you're getting the Super Bowl tickets, which again I could have. It's just a different. I have to put so much more effort to have that.
And you don't want to watch it later. Like, they used to do TV shows that would come out a month after the race. Honestly, I hardly ever watched any of them.
Do it.
Like, I already know who won. I already know everything that happened in the race. I'm not going to sit there and watch an hour show that didn't even tell you half the stuff correctly.
Yeah.
Like,
no, they're building it up or whatever.
Yeah, having it live is so much better now. Yeah. So I will say I give props to Score and Best in the Desert and Martelli's. Even they have a good live show. Like, there is a lot more to racing now that is being shown on the TV and YouTube, internet, even King of the Hammers. King of the Hammers is actually where I did my first broadcasting live, was out
Dave Cole.
there.
Okay,
yeah,
so
Dave
the pool
Cole.
thing?
Yeah.
It's Dave Cole.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah, Dave did a good live show, and I went out there I forget what year it was, probably like 5 or 6 years ago. One of the first times when they did the desert race there.
Yeah.
And
is that how you got associated with? You're like, okay, I'm going to be a part of this.
Because I went to King of the Hammers one time before that, just randomly. Like, we went and watched like Chocolate Thunder or something and thought it was super cool for the day back, I don't know, 2010 or something, like
early.
And then
that was probably when I was there.
Again.
I watched like the third year. It was wild.
So that's my only King of the Hammers experience, was that. Then he added the desert cars. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go to this. And then they were like, hey, since you're going to be out here, do you want to sit in the TV truck and kind of help our producer, like just sit next to him and help him out? Like, if you know who the people are or anything. So I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I sat next to him in the TV truck, not on the broadcast, but just in the TV truck. And I knew what was going on the whole time. So I kept feeding him information. He's like, how do you know that? How do you know? Like, who's that? Like, oh, tell him who it was right away. Like, you see a car coming by. I'm like, yeah, that's Bryce. Like, they're like, is that Andy? No, it's Bryce. Like, you can tell by the white wheels or whatever it was.
Yeah, you know, you understand. Like, oh, man. You're a fan.
Yeah. So then they were like, okay. They're like, hey, after that year, they're like, hey, next year, like, do you want to come back? Like, we'll put you on the show. We'll put you on the show. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll try it. So I went the next year and actually did the broadcast. And then that was my first time actually like broadcasting a race live, was at King of the Hammers.
Yeah, and I think that's great. It's a good thing you brought Dave up and everything, because he's in this for the passion of it. You know, the dude lives out there full time now. And I love that again, it all draws and stems from you couldn't have done what you did naturally without having all the historical built into it. You know what I mean? You can't be like, well, I know what, it's like, I know he runs those tires. It's those quick things that add so much value so quickly. And you're adding value to all our space. And it's getting like, it's kind of like, maybe you're at the early stages of it, but you're the reason that like Score and Best in the Desert and everyone else is stepping their game up. It's because you showcase them the value add of being live.
Yeah.
Or being present. Essentially, because like they were like, no, they'll deal with it later.
Yeah, they'll watch the show in a week or a month.
That's not a good. No. You're like, that's not enough. That wasn't enough for you. So like, screw it. I'm going to show up.
Yeah.
And you showed up and made it happen for all of us. Like,
no, I'm stoked to like have maybe help kickstart some of that, but
you
at the
definitely
same time,
have.
like,
I know people don't like to pump themselves up because it's a weird thing to do, but like, who's your competition?
Yeah.
Point your finger.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody doing it really. Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone doing it now.
No, not really.
Not equally well, because there isn't a financial gain.
Yeah. Well, I've kind of like, honestly, I've gotten over social media more than I used to be in. Like, if you look, I don't even post that often anymore, because like there's so many people just posting bullshit all the time on there that I'm just like, oh my God. And there's so many of these influencers now, which like I can't stand that word influencer, and just people make videos
That's the flash,
for social media.
The flash in the pan.
And I'm like, God, this is just not my style. Like, I've never done that. I've never been the one to just go make some stupid little video because you think it's going to get a bunch of views and likes. I don't care. People used to ask me, they're like, how many views did you get? I'm like, I honestly don't know. Like, I didn't even look. I don't care. They're like, oh, this person has 1 million views. I'm like, cool. I don't care. And then you go look at their page, and it's like half paid likes that they paid for, and the views are, I'm like, what? Who's dumping money into this?
Organic, authentic goes everywhere. And honestly, it transpires, because I'd rather have it reach 500 people that are interested.
500 core people than 5,000 that have no idea what it is and just scrolled right by it or something.
Or that are going to probably make problems for our space. Like, I'd rather, like, this podcast, like, what I'm doing here isn't for one, it's for me. I'm pretty lonely up here on my hill. It's a good way for me to reach out and be part of other people's space. And learn about the space that I'm like so interested in. And the goal is, I don't care to entertain the masses. This isn't like, you don't choose off-road podcast to be like, I'm going to make it, guys. Like,
you're not going to make big money off it.
No, but this is all I do. And I want to encourage more people to try at anything, because like, I like this space so much. I love Nora. Nora is the only thing I care about right now in off-road racing. Like, and again, I like score and all the other racing, but it's not attainable for me to do. Even though Nora is not cheap, it's still a way I get to go race, drive like an asshole down the peninsula for 5 days, 6 days now, or even now 10 days.
10 days next year.
I get to make one big budget. It's the big, adventure trip of my lifetime. And I get to go have this big trip with my boys, hopefully, and like do this race where I'm driving every single day. We're working on it every night. That feels to me what I felt like, those OG videos of the Mint 400 when it was at the Mint. The casino, and it's all the bros racing, and they're in their tank tops. And and you can tell it's like a multi-day situation, and they're having fun. Like, that's what Nora feels like to me.
Well, that's what Nora was made for, was to get some of that back. Like, it's totally different racing. Like, I've raced Nora before too, and it was so much fun. Like, we did the 1,000 and the 500 in 2024 with a UTV, and it was honestly awesome. It was really fun. We spent a lot of money doing the 1,000. We didn't do it cheap, but it was worth it. Like, it was fun.
Again, it's a bucket list. You don't have to do it every year, because one, you wouldn't want to just keep recreating the same experience again. You want to go all in on it and have fun. We did that. We raced a class 1, my buddy Scott and I, in 2017, and ever since then I wanted to get back. But we were sleeping in tents. We were in Bay of LA when
we didn't do tents.
We were sleeping in Bay of LA when everything was falling down, and nobody could sleep in the tents because the wind was so strong. Everyone slept in the trucks.
That happened to our crew, actually. I had a hotel room because we were driving. I was
that
driving
was just another spot we didn't have a hotel. You know what I mean? It was just
the hotels are hard in Bay of LA and San Ignacio because they have only a couple there. So it's like
But it's driven me since to like chase that adventure again, because we didn't finish. It was the adventure. It was the show. It was so fun doing it, and that's what the big races get in the way of that, because there's so much put into one day, and it's a money thing.
It's super stressful. The big race is super stressful. Like, I've raced every single series there is. I've raced every kind of car there is, from a class 11 to a trophy truck, and I don't even like racing in trophy trucks anymore because of how stressful it is. Like, I don't want to be like, I give major props to guys like Duncan and Oren and them in those top level trophy trucks, Kyle Craft. Like, if they fuck up one tire change for 10 seconds, they just lost the race because of that. Like, I don't want that on me. Like, I'm not going to have to get out and do a 47-second tire change because Duncan did a 48 and then you lost the race by 2 seconds because you were 2 seconds slower. Like, I do not want that stress. I don't care. I'll watch it. Like, I'll go down and do Nora and go have fun and race Nora because it's just fun, and you want to race with your buddies, and I still want to win.
It's stressful when you're changing a tire and you can't do it.
I'm going to win, but you're not on a team that spent millions of dollars to go down there and they lost the race because of you. Like, I know it's not really because of you, but I would feel like it is.
You're an owner. You're taking ownership, and that means you care, right? And that's all it comes down to. It's like, if you didn't take ownership, why are you even there?
If you're going to a score race and spending that much money and you're not there trying to win, why are you doing that race, really? Go do Nora or do something.
Correct. Learn how to drive the car.
Yeah.
beg people to do that, but they all want to see it in the big show.
Well, they all think they can just go out there and be an Andy McMillan or a Brock Hager or whatever and just go out there and win and drive like it. It's like, dude, those guys have been racing their whole life. You're not going to go to the first race and be anywhere close to those guys. I don't care who you are or what you're in. It doesn't matter.
Well, and I've learned this a lot. I never played team sports. Again, you were in fishing and stuff like you were saying. I don't know. Did you play baseball when you were a kid?
No, just for fun. I did not play any competitive sports.
And I
didn't have
didn't,
time, honestly.
Yeah, and I was a skate kid and then like grew up and kind of really just got into like off-roading and cars and vehicles and things like that, which is all very solo and individualized. And then pool was real recent. This last one, I turned 40 this year, and I started playing pool February of last year. So it's 39, really.
Okay.
When I started playing like I do now, like I've played pool in the past like everybody else, but now how I play pool is different, right?
Yeah.
And Dave Cole got me into it because he beat me.
Dave beat you?
He'll never beat me again. Ask me. He knows. He'll never beat me again.
All right.
And now I'm playing like a lot.
Yeah.
This is before I had a table. And so, but yeah, I play and it taught me a lot about that stress of, and what people, it's fun now when I play because a lot of people can play and they say you beat me once, or whatever, and they feel good, right? Because I play well. And it's like, what the real determination is of what a professional is, well, how are they going to get themselves out when they're in trouble? It's like, yeah, you can make all the easy shots, but how are you going to fix the game for yourself when it's late? And that's my pool situation. It's a strategy thing mostly. Pool's mostly strategy, honestly, in my eyes. And same thing with off-road racing. It's everything they did all those weeks coming up to it that lead them to that next level expertise.
Oh, yeah. That's why you have to go down there and put all that effort in and do the pre-running and do all that at a score race if you want to win. Because, just look at the Baja 500. It's a perfect example. I'm sure most of you guys maybe watched Bryce's video and Andy's video and then Luke's video. And to see that those three trophy trucks at the end of that race be that close together was awesome. And Luke had a couple lines that Andy didn't have. And you could see how much time, literally from the helicopter, you watched him make up by having those lines. And that was because he prepared a little bit more in that section and he found that one line. And that was the difference between him winning the race or not. That's all it takes is one line.
And you're like, I swear, one of the few people that can, while you're watching the race, catch all those things together and be like, look, guys, this is why I'm paying attention. And I'm like, oh, he's going fast, big drop.
Oh, during the race, I have monitors all over my room. Like I have probably 15
and that's
different
when
screens.
No one sees, but
all on there, And now everyone has an in-car, so there's Watch Party and all these sites. So you literally have to watch all of these and then get the information. So if I know who's winning, I'll start watching their truck and then I'll put the second place and, right behind them. And then like you see him, he got a flat tire. So I know before the little dot stops, if you're watching the tracker, because you're looking at the camera, you're like, look, he's getting out of the car right now. Like, oh, here comes Luke. Like, let's look at his front camera. And then you see him go by and you can watch the other guy changing a tire. It's like if you put all that together, it gives you a good show.
And you do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing all day.
It's so good for me because one, I will never do that, period. I will never go to that extra step, but I can also be doing something else and be paying attention to what's happening and go, huh? Like, you know what I mean? Because like you're making it exciting for us. Well, like it's not just it's not like you're just showing their videos. It's like you're actually because you can get excited about it. You get to share that excitement, and then we get drawn into it because what you're seeing is exciting. It's just hard for me to visualize.
And I'm getting updates from all over the course, from teams and everything. So if someone is pulled over somewhere, and now everyone has a phone. Everyone has a phone everywhere. Everyone has service in Mexico the whole time. Even the Mexican locals, they all have phones now, and they have service. Exactly, their service works good. So you got a guy in the middle of nowhere that'll tell me like, "Hey, so and so just crashed or something," and you would have never known that unless the guy told me that. So it's like, "Oh, okay," or so and so's changing a steering rack in the middle of nowhere, or whatever they're doing. I get all that coming into me. It's actually too much now. Like it's gotten to the point where
you need a team.
My social media page during like my DM box is just it's insane. Like when I go and do an hour update, by the time I'm done with my 20-minute update, my messages, I'll have 50 new messages that I have to try and go through between pictures and video and just if something happens.
And is it just you?
Like, it's just me.
Just you.
It's just me. My wife is behind me helping doing the tracking stuff that I do, which is a whole nother thing. But yeah, it's just me. I am the only one that runs the page. It's only me. So if anything's posted on there, it's just me.
Do you want help?
No, because like
that was good. I could see it. You're like, it's just too complicated to explain.
It is. I've tried that before. Like I had somebody that was gonna like help me, but then they had to keep asking me stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just do it. Like, and maybe that's a big fault of mine, and it could have grown bigger if I would have tried to get people and brought people on. But at the same time, I don't really care. I don't want it to. I like it how it is, and like,
well, because it's
it
a
is what
passion
it is.
project. It's a fun
it is
thing.
what it is.
And like, you wouldn't want to turn that into a job.
No, I mean, if anything, you could be like I don't know if you try to look at a sports thing, like a John Boy. I don't know if you know who John Boy is, but he's big in the baseball world, and he does kind of what I do, but for baseball world, and he gets inside scoop from everybody, and he does breakdown videos, and he does all this stuff. Or like Adam Schefter, I don't know if you know who he is.
I don't know anybody.
Once again, sports world, he always has the inside scoop. So if anything's happening, he's the first one to post it on Twitter. Like if a coach is getting fired or a player traded or anything. So that's kind of like what I see myself as, is like those people getting the information and giving it out there. And for me to like have someone else try and help me on race day, it's almost more work for me to like have someone there.
What if you made like a friends only group for guys that you know are going to be down there that can send you good information?
Yeah.
And have them filter it. You're like, hey, this is the fish team. And you get a bunch of guys like they get to send stuff to because they know them.
Well, that happens to me already. So I do have a couple people who I'm friends with who I know if I see a text coming from them, it's something good. Yeah. So like they won't just send me crap, because like some people just tag me in everything, and I'm like, oh my god, that's like the 50th thing I've been tagged in.
Because they don't
it's like
actually understand social media.
Yeah,
they don't truly understand value add.
Well, it's not even just social media. I'm talking about like during the race. Like I'll have somebody that'll send me a clip of 20 cars coming by the same spot. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but it was the same thing after first couple cars. Like I'm not going to post all 20 cars. But then if I see a message from like a certain person, I'm like, okay, he only sends me good stuff. Okay. So like I need to open this one, and that's probably going to be one that I'm going to share because it's good things, you know? So having people like that I know don't just send me everything in the world helps filter some of that stuff out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee, I'm only asking this because obviously the podcast, like, is there value add in, you know, certain, you know, are the organizations trying to help you guys out? Are they looking into this as like do they have a team of people trying to send you stuff, or?
Well, in the beginning, not really, but they're kind of not against it. The only one that ever, I will say, and people know, if you know me, the only one that was ever against anything that I was doing was the Martellis.
Of course, yeah.
And they had a problem with what I was doing, and I just stopped covering their races. Yeah, so I said, screw it, I won't cover the races anymore, which is silly because I wasn't even making money off of their races. I literally got paid $0 for the races because I was getting paid to cover the other races, and I was just doing theirs for fun. But anyways, they were the only ones that have ever had a problem. Otherwise, everyone else has been super cool. Yeah. Like Roger Norman, I've been friends with Roger actually before I started this for a long time. So Roger is super cool, always been supportive. Jose G at Score is awesome. Like he comes on all of our preview shows. Like he's the man. He's been rad. Even Brian at Best in the Desert, he's always been supportive. He's always let me do it. He's always been stoked on it. They've all been fine. I don't really cover the smaller races, but if I go there, they're always stoked if I post stuff.
Well,
so
I mean, I bet the small races, like in business, right? There's tiers, things that we look at and things like, and the small guys, you're a value add.
Yeah, like a more race. Like I used to go to the more races, and Cody was super stoked when we'd go there, and if we'd post stuff, that just helps them out. Same thing with Snore. You know, they kind of do their own little thing, but yeah, anytime we're posting something, it's free marketing. Like, why would you not want me to cover your race?
Well, it's interesting.
It doesn't make any sense.
You've touched an audience that like I don't know of anyone else doing anything, and I am in the space. I am like designated in the space, and it's not that I haven't seen it; it just hasn't caught my attention. Yeah. So, and I don't know what that means, and it's not like I'm a fanboy, but it's just like your information is good, and it's accurate, and it's quick, and it's like it's what the news is probably supposed to be.
Well, that's what I try to do.
It's like not opinionated. It's like
I try not to, but sometimes I probably do.
Of course, but that's human nature. But it's not like it's not like a proposed plan. You know, it's not like you're fanboy of any of the racers, just like, he's winning, dude. This is great. Like the game's fun.
So I will say this. I have gotten over the years, I've gotten complaints. It's mostly from wives or girlfriends, and they will DM me and they're like, hey, how come you didn't post something about so-and-so? They got third place in the sportsman blah, blah, blah class. And they're all mad at me because I didn't post a picture or video of them. I'm like, I don't know how to tell them, but honestly, nobody really cares. One, because nobody knows who they are.
Nobody knows
Two,
anything.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just telling you how it is. Two, did you send me anything? Like, no. And then I have had big teams that have got pissed at me because I didn't post anything about them during the race. And I'm like, did you send me anything? They're like, no. what did you want me to post? I'm not at the race. I'm at my house.
Yeah.
Like I do everything from the office at my house during the race.
You're intentionally going out of your way to like.
I didn't not post something about you that you sent me. I didn't post anything because you didn't send me anything. So like if you tag me in a photo and it's cool, or you send me an update or something like that, I'm glad to share and post it. But you have to tell me.
Of course.
Like the people that get posted the most are the people that are always sending me and tagging me and stuff, And a lot of them happen to be the big teams, but they also have a social media person or they know the value, so they're giving me information.
Yeah.
So it's all like it's a two-way street, I'm not just talking about Bryce Menzies and Andy McMillan because I really like them. I'm talking about them because they give me the most information sometimes, or whoever it is.
They've also learned how to provide you good information
Yes.
over the years. Like, hey, just give them, make sure when you're sending in these, like their teams understands the game very well. And I say this, it's interesting because a lot of the racers are very successful in everything they've ever done in life. And this is a new thing. And they are technically successful in this, like technically, but not at the level the Menzies are or anyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so they see all the dollars they're spending and you know how it goes.
Oh yeah.
And so they think they're going all in. Like their teams are like, no, you're scratching the surface still.
Totally.
Like it's nice. And I get it. You bought all the right stuff. Just like this, I don't know what I'm doing. It looks all right.
Well, I like covering the small teams too. Like, let's not get that wrong. I will always post about Class 11. Like, I love covering the small teams. They don't get me as much stuff.
It's easier for the big teams because they've done their homework enough, and they've got They've got good people on their space.
They have a media crew, or they have a media guy, or
they have consistency too.
Yeah.
The guys know you.
Yes.
A lot of the times, like I can go on a team and help social media wise, and then I'm out the next time.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not doing that for free. I'm there because I'm good because I can help you. But it's not like, I don't want to, this isn't fun for me.
Yeah.
Like it's fun for me when I'm there. Just like you were saying, that was the big point. It's like, it's fun while you're participating, but I don't care to win later.
No,
like the view count doesn't do
that.
anything.
Who cares? Yeah. Well, it's like everyone else when the Mason, I post a lot about Mason trucks and Mason. Do you know why? Because I'm good friends with them and they give me information. They invite me to their shop to do a shop tour, check out the vehicle before it's released. Like, it's amazing how that happens. Like, I'm not paying them. They're not paying me. Like, it's just how it works.
Because they see you as value add.
Yeah, they know it is.
Your intentions are good. And that's what I see. The reason, part of this podcast and what I hope to do is to incentivize anyone that has an idea that they think can add value to the space to do it because you want to. And there is an opportunity for you to land it.
Yeah.
If you do it right. You can care so much. And just that alone, and if you follow that up with consistency, you're going to win.
Yeah.
Like you're winning at whatever Fishgistics is, not financially, right?
Yeah, like it's not winning financially. I'll tell you that. But it wasn't ever meant to.
It's that, but for the whole industry, you have provided so much value.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You don't get to see it, but you're in every discussion on every person that's dealing with the races,
whether it's good or bad.
At some level, they're participating in what you're doing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Whether it's using your thing to check on updates or doing anything, like you're the guy.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me that like there hasn't been a way to financially land it, but it also hasn't deterred you from staying away from it either. Yeah. Because there's value for you.
Well, there is, and I do have some sponsors, obviously, for sure, and it's awesome to have them.
Financial gain is like, you get what I'm saying. It's not like money
I'm not
is
getting
different.
rich off of it, like
you don't have a race program.
No, I'm poor. Like I really am. I'm poor. Like I don't have a race program. Yes. I don't even have any toys right now. Actually, like I'm in between them all right now. Like
I saw some fish. I was like, man, he's doing pretty good. He's got that razor.
I've had some good razor. I've had some fun with razors and expeditions and stuff. Yeah, hopefully I'll be getting another one soon. But
but those are value. You're adding value and you're providing for them too.
Yeah, exactly. So. It goes both ways. Like I've honestly sold, just a razor is a good example. I've sold a ton of razors to my buddies because they went in my razor and they're like, oh, this thing is awesome. I need to get one. Like that's a huge.
And again, you're not going to go to Polaris and be like, hey guys, you're going to sell 1,000 units. It's like, no, but there is value add for them providing it to the guy.
Of course.
Who tells everyone what is of value.
Yeah. Well, it's just like when I get my razor, it's stock, right? Mm-hmm. All I do is I put up one post of a stock razor and all these companies like, hey, you want to put our product on there? You want to put it on there? Like, and most of the time I try to siphon or sort through, and it's not just for razors, anything. I don't like to advertise a product that I don't think is actually good. I don't care if they gave it to me. I don't care if they want to pay me. I don't want to do it. Yeah. I'll just use one good example because I like this example. BF Goodrich, they're one of my main, like they've been with me forever. I do think that BF Goodrich has the best tire. I'll just say that. So I've had other tire companies come in and offer me big money to get them as a sponsor, and I've told them no because I don't care about the money. It's not that I don't care about the money. Like, obviously I want the money, but I'm not going to just take their money to try to tell someone, oh, this is the best thing ever, when I don't honestly believe it is. That's just one example.
Have been a better guest for my first podcast, because like this right here is zero financial gain. It costs. This is not the goal of this.
Yeah.
And again, all of it stemming to, you can't do this for impure reasons because you're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
So like, you don't want to taint the waters. Why would you taint the waters by being like, so you like have a few extra dollars in your pocket to do what with, to like say something in, like, it doesn't feel good.
No, it's not even about that. And you know, I people think that some people have said that I'm biased more towards one company or another or something, or like, oh, I technically like work for SCI now, which is, you know, contracted through Polaris. So I still post about Can-Ams on my site. Like, I sell Polarises. I sell Polaris race cars now. That's what I do for a full-time job for SCI.
Okay.
But I still cover.
I actually didn't know that. I didn't know technically what you did.
But. Yeah, I worked for SCI, for Razor Factory Racing, SCI.
Okay. Yeah.
And I sell the factory race car.
That's
so
so
we've
sick.
sold 50 of them. So anybody that you see out there that has a factory Polaris, got it through me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I walk up to them every time and be like, oh, you got one. I'm glad you're on our wheels.
Yes, that's where I got it from. But
that's my job.
Like I said, at the same time, I'm not just only talking about Polarises and stuff. I still try to cover Can-Ams. I cover Kawasaki. I cover everyone. I try to stay a little bit, you know, not biased as much as I can.
Well, yeah, you have to be biased in a certain sense because that you know so much information about it. How could you not speak about it?
Yeah, I know way more about Polaris than I do Can-Am.
Yeah,
but I still cover Can-Ams in the races.
You're only explaining positive things about something that is like they're making really good products. Like there is no, they are both making good, but there's multiple companies making good products, right? But you aren't biased just because it's not like you have 20 of these. I have one of each and I get to choose, you know, like you get to be biased because that's your life. You can only be biased on what you get to participate in.
Yeah.
And you get to participate in a lot more Polaris things. So guess what? You're going to be biased. It's not an ugly thing. People are so quick to narrate their judgment on you based off a different opinion, and it's just incorrect.
Yeah, or something that you post online or something. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't really care because I've been around it so long, it doesn't bug me.
Yeah.
It's fun. I actually like having fun with it online.
And I think you have, and that's what I haven't noticed you at all change the direction at all. And that's what I like to see. I think it's been good obviously you've grown the scale of what you're doing in a more professional sense, but I don't think the character of the show has changed.
Yeah, I try not to. I try to keep it pretty much the same as I always been. I mean, a person I like to refer like Pistol Pete. Did you know Pistol Pete?
I've met him a few times. I would love, because I sell wheels for a living, right?
Yeah.
And he would run some Steelies on 40s. And I'm like, yeah, you don't need him, Pete. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
No, Pete, I love Pete because he called it as he saw it.
Every time.
He did what he wanted to do. He didn't care who you were. He just wanted to do it like he was. And in the end of the day, he would have taken his shirt off the back to help anybody, even his worst enemy. If it was in the middle of the desert, like Robbie Gordon, they literally got in a punch up at Parker.
I was there.
And then exactly at the Blue Water. Mm-hmm. And then a few months later, Pistol was pre-running in the middle of Baja, came around the corner, and Robbie was broken in his pre-runner. Yeah. Pistol stopped, and he towed him out, and he helped him.
Yeah, there was a video.
They literally had gotten in a fight a couple months before that, physical fight, and then he was helping him because that's just who Pistol was.
It's part of the game,
It's just, and
you should be
it's
like
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
And those are the people I'm trying to honestly lift light on. Like I said, the good people that have good intentions about the space and only want to see it grow.
Totally.
Like if, say, Pistol at the time didn't do that, that would have been a negative story.
Totally.
And again, it's not, he did it because
there's lots of people that would have kept driving.
He didn't do it for the story. He just goes, oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
He knew it was going to be funny.
Of course.
And they both did. But there is not so much, obviously, hatred to leave somebody in the desert.
Yeah. I will say there is some people that probably would have left, especially Robbie Gordon. There's people that would have driven by him.
They won't stick around for that long, though. Pistol was in it for the long game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what this is a family. It's a small family.
What goes around comes around very quickly in desert racing.
Yeah. Well, and it is a small family because people get to participate in the space for a short segment. Like I said, the flash in the pans, they have a good idea. But then if they're not all in for their whole life, they go away.
Yeah.
The second if their opportunity's gone or whatever and they don't see value here anymore, they kind of leave. Now the people like the Pistols and the Robbies and I respect everyone that's in it for the long game because they have a real they have a heart behind it. There's no dollar amount. Like there's
Yeah.
no dollar keeping them in here.
Nobody's
you can make
making
more money.
doing off-road racing. Nobody is.
Even in like, you make money in other spaces, but there is much easier ways to make money.
Yeah, and it costs a lot. Desert racing costs a lot. Yeah.
Of course. Even if you work in the industry, there's just different way. Like there are other places that have like our scope is small.
Yeah.
Off-road is small. Like you have to go off the roads that we build every day to enjoy the things.
Even doing Nora. Nora's expensive. You know, the Nora Baja 1000 or Nora 1000, whatever you want to call it. Nora's 1000, whatever the hell it's called
whatever the
now.
names are. I don't do that.
That's not a cheap race. I mean, we spent over 40 grand when we did that race, and that was us going kind of on a budget.
That is
like, you know, and that was a race in a UTV.
I know.
So it's just, there's nothing cheap in this sport.
No. But we got to like, I want to try and make sure that the people that are in it stay in it because they can see value and how to add value to it, just like you have and anyone else. That's all I hope to do is show light on how you're finding value in what you're doing still. And I swear we're all finding so much value. And you hear it too, but like as companies that we rely on your information, like if you went away, it would be like, okay, well, like a Hope Score picks it up. and it's not to say that they couldn't. It just takes a certain type of person.
Yeah.
Individual, ideally. That's what a podcast is. This is about you going, there's a problem here. And you had to fix it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Or could. It wasn't hard for you, I guess, you know?
Well, that's kind of like, I have thought about not doing it. You know, more than a few times, usually after the 1,000 every year, because that's like the big gnarly one, you know. Yeah. But like,
all right. So I think what it is somebody out here needs to come give him a week vacation after the 1,000. We all come in with $1. Everyone watching for $1. You get to go on vacation.
Well, every time it's like, I get over it and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to do it anymore next year. And then I look back and someone will send me a message and like, hey, I really appreciate like the help you gave during the middle of the race. We never would have found our team or we this. And I'm like, or even at the 500, like when the guy was in the accident and the helicopter crash and all that, like not saying that I did anything big, but I helped connect a couple dots in certain situations there. And I was like, man, same thing as Weatherman. You know, he's not on the mountain anymore, but he's still there. And we've had this conversation where he's like, man, I don't want anything to happen to anybody. I'll feel really bad if I wasn't doing it and something happened. And I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, if I stop doing this, is someone else going to do it? Or I don't know. I'm probably too nice. I should just stop when I get done with it. Like, I don't know.
All right, guys. This is the end of Fishgistics.
We're done.
No, and I get what you're saying though, because like, but that all leads into like you wanting to do it for the right reasons. Like you're in it for the people in the space. Like, cause if you wanted to build it because you wanted to see the space have it, it's not because you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't want to be the front man. I don't know. I'm guessing. I mean, obviously it's fun doing it all, but like, I think in the end you're like, how do I get out?
Yeah.
Cause like ideally, you can't let it go.
No.
And it's not
but
because
you
you
can't
built it.
sell it either. So someone is like, the people have been like, why don't you just sell Fishgistics? I'm like, what am I going to sell?
Yeah.
What am I selling? There's nothing there. It's a social media site. Like there's nothing to it without me doing it's fish. It's not like a company where you have a tangible product and you have a list of customers and a list of dealers and you're selling a product and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to cash out here. It's your product now. You can sell it to everybody. I don't have any of that thing, so there's nothing to sell.
And then it's like your name and things, and you don't want to see you don't want to see it go to somewhere. Like it's not about the money and none of it's about the money. Even if you made 20 grand from in the end, like all said and done, you washed out 20 grand. Like it's still not even worth. Say it was 200 grand, 500. There's different numbers. So you're like, okay, well, that would really help you.
Sure. If somebody I'll say right now, if someone wants to buy Fishgistics for $1 million, you can buy it right now. It's yours today. I'll give you all the logins right now.
But if even there was a value dollar add to your life where it would get you something you wanted and you could walk away clean and you saw, like, it still isn't even worth the dollar amount if it's not going to be done right.
It has to be a big amount.
Yeah, it has to be a big amount.
Everything is for sale, always.
But
everything.
That's a good thing to see that the dollar amount has to be life-changing.
Yeah, if somebody offered me $100,000 or $200,000 for Fishgistics, I wouldn't even sell it because what is that really going to do?
Yeah,
like it's not really worth it.
It's a thing, and you get to participate in the space. And again, the job you're at now probably has a lot of alignment to do with the people you met, where you got to meet them, how you got to be a part of their lives, and everything.
My whole life has been like that. I've made everything that I've done through since I was 16 years old. It's all been connections and off-road racing. I will say it has a lot of really good people in this
best.
sport, like
The best.
awesome people, like a lot of people with a lot of money that have a good heart that just want to have everyone have fun and do the right thing. And it really is. I mean, look at the families that have been in racing for the longest. And those are probably the people I'm talking about that are still doing it. You know, you get these guys that come in all flashy. They get buy big chase trucks, come in with semis, blah, blah, blah. You see them for a couple years, maybe, and then they're gone. And it's like, what did they really do for the sport? They didn't do anything. Like they came in, they did their bucket list thing, and then they're gone, you know?
And a guy that like you're selling vehicles now, and you get to see
Yeah.
that. You get to see that guy come in. You're like, okay, I know what's going to happen here.
Oh, trust me, I've sold vehicles to guys that I know are not going to race after they do it like 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
And then they're gone.
Yeah, but
I've also
you get to also
like,
have to listen to their whole story about how much they're going to rate. And
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like,
you're
I know
okay,
who this is already. I've seen this story a million times, but I'll still sell them a car. Like, of course, like that's the goal, right?
And
But we've also sold
to
people that
believe in
want to
them.
race.
You want to believe in them.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then you find those guys, and you're like, okay, he's got it.
Yes.
You know, he got the itch. He got that scratch that like gave him that reason to keep going, because he found that. What I like about off-roading is 2 things. One, it's an equalizer of everybody. You cannot do this without volunteers.
No,
Period.
no.
There, I don't think Menzies. I mean, I know he comes down there with 75 people.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I don't know what level of paid, but it ain't 75.
No, the Razor factory team has close to 100 at some races,
and they're not paid.
But they're the people on the main team, that's their full time job.
Yeah.
The other people are volunteers.
Yeah.
So
that's
off-road racing is a huge volunteer thing.
It's an equalizer of everybody, because even at the highest level of it, people have to do it for free.
Yeah.
And then you value, hey, you're going to be there, this pit, that he is identical.
You have to trust him. Even the fueler, the guy putting the fuel in the car, he's got to be able to put fuel in the car correctly, or it might cost you a race.
And what that guy gets to participate in is he gets to sit in the same seat at the same table with everyone else and have that coffee room chat. You know, it's much larger scale to get into a NASCAR seat like that. But off-road.
Do you think you could go to NASCAR and you could just show up for your first time and you could just go and sit next to Dale Earnhardt Jr. and he's going to take you out to dinner and hang out with you and everything? That ain't going to happen.
So again, these
or
races,
anybody.
the Baja 1000 2014, my buddy from Bakersfield, I used to be in the street bikes, calls me up. He's friends with a guy in Tulare that has a trophy, saw racing, has money, buys trophy truck, right?
Yeah.
Has a friend, has friends with money, gets partners. They start doing a little bit, goes all in. Again, this is 2 helicopters, trophy truck. This is when Geyser's never got brand new Geyser built.
Yep.
Brand new, all in. And, and then I get to go sit there, and I know nothing about the space. I've been seeing it for a little bit because I've been into trucks, and that's how my friend invited me. He knows I'm a guy that can just jump in a truck with somebody that doesn't know them.
Yeah.
And sit there for 3 days.
Yep.
I can talk to anybody. And I sit there and I go down there and I'm seeing, I know some names in the space, but I'm real green. Right.
Yeah.
And then we get an invite, and Menzies is pretty new. This is probably 2014, like I said.
Okay.
And he's relatively newer, and he's good. It's him and his dad. They invite us over to their house. We were staying near them, where they had that whole complex thing. He has now. It's like right when they first bought it.
Yeah.
And we're having drinks with him there, and his margaritas. I'm like, what? This is that guy? And then it's Jesse Jones. And they're like, oh yeah, you sell stuff to Boeing. I'm like,
Jesse's awesome.
and then Jesse, he's wearing his Airwalks and his like scruffy. I'm like, that guy's that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's because we're standing next to a fire that's like in Mexico, probably burning trash.
Yeah.
Like. It's an equalizer. And it
so
really
awesome.
opened my eyes to like, I grew up in a space that did not get to see wealth. We're from Bakersfield.
Yep.
Everyone's right in here.
Yeah.
Everyone's got $100,000 to $200,000 house.
Yep.
Everyone. And then there's a few, and I love to see that. For the first time in my life, I think I saw opportunity. And I thought that was the coolest thing about the off-road racing.
Yeah.
And again, with what you're doing for us is providing that opportunity to all the new people. You're giving the insight, and you're doing it for no reason.
Yeah.
Other than that, really, because you're like, I could turn it off tomorrow. I don't think anyone's going to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's gotten better, like I said, because there's better live coverage now of the races. So I know that I don't have to cover it quite as much as I used to, because it is easier to find out what's going on now. Yep. It's just the talent level is not always there on the what's being broadcast out there, and it's frustrating
maybe this will
sometimes.
inspire some kid that he's fresh and green and he's been doing it and he doesn't think he can because I don't know. So hopefully you can.
Hopefully there's a lot of kids out there that want to do the same thing. I mean, like I said, I was 16 when I built my first truck, built it in my parents' driveway in Vista.
Yeah.
And we went out and we won 2 championships at MDR back in the day. MDR, the 1450 class, so the pre-runner class. It was massive.
You know Brian Metcha then, right?
Yeah.
So he's a good friend of mine. His birthday was last week, and I was just because he had that old 1450 truck, and that was my intro to like off-road racing. Is that crew of guys?
Yeah, like the Total Chaos crew.
Total Chaos. Yeah. I know Nick Hole very well now.
Yeah.
But Michael Allen was a little before me because he was real popular in that space too. Yep. But yeah, it was Metcha was part and my good friend Elliot with Badlands Good Times.
Yeah.
They were all part of the Total Chaos like crew of like helpers on those cars.
That was the first kit I had on my truck originally before we built into the race truck was the Total Chaos kit.
Dude, they're so good still.
Yeah.
Every time I ride in my Elliot's truck, I'm like, oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, Nicole and Matt and everybody. That was my first taste of off-road. Was the first off-road product I bought was a Total Chaos long travel kit for my sick. 92 Toyota pickup truck.
And me and Nicole go like I've hung out with her in Colorado. We have stories. We're fun, dude. And Nicole's the best person.
Oh, there's so many good people.
She's running a business that is 100% in alignment with her life.
Yeah.
She's not trying to scale it. She is.
Yeah, they've actually kept it. They haven't even grown it that much. No. Like the physical size,
every
the shop,
time I talk to
everything
her,
is like the same.
She'll only grow it if it adds value to her life. And she won't take value away from her life because of the business.
Yeah.
And I think what you're doing is great too. Like I said, I don't know if it sounds like it's getting a little wearing and maybe you could find some help.
100% it is, yeah.
But again, what I'm hoping to do with this podcast is really stem light on people to do things for the right reasons. And again, maybe to show light that we love this stuff. On the industry side of things, we want more people doing what you're doing. Not more, like we'd rather more people do it with you.
Yeah, totally.
We don't, just like the racing series, I wanted to get back to that at some point. We could talk about it another time, but like on the racing series, it's just too broad. And so what you've done is actually brought everybody to the same, like this is who's actually winning right now, which I think is cool information that you've done. But when it comes directly to the watching the race, there is no better avenue than checking in what you got going on right now. So,
well, I appreciate it. Yeah, that was kind of the goal.
Well, it worked out, man. And you did it again, like I said, for the right reasons. And I think that's why it all worked out in the end, because there wasn't screw it, like it's not worth my time.
Yeah, you just had to try it. I mean, it didn't cost me anything to start trying it, so it was like, why not? Why not just do this? And then it kind of caught on, and it's been a lot of fun. Speaking of, like you said, the standings and stuff. I remember when I put out the trophy truck list a couple years back. I don't know if you remember. Or not, I do. But it was like who's the best, and we tried to get points from different races and make like the list of who that. So many people got butthurt. It was like, well, I'm just taking the data and like. You're not as good as you thought you were. I'm sorry for pointing that out, but
exactly, and that is good information, though.
Yeah,
and again, it's good information in the right hands, because they look at it two ways. Well, he's not gathering the right blah blah blah.
Well, every trophy truck driver thinks they're the best in the world, by the way. Well, not just trophy truck, most off-road racers.
Well, of course, I was going to say, if you're not gathering good information, well, then you go do it.
Yeah,
and it's what you've done is start everyone in the right direction. And that's what I like is getting going and keeping the direction for it. Cause I think when I first noticed what you did was was King of the Hammers in the desert race. Mm-hmm. And it really caught my attention because that was the $100,000 purse time.
Yes.
And that's probably when you really caught my attention because you knew what everyone stood.
Yeah.
And no one else did.
Yeah.
Because this was the real prize.
I think I called the winner both years of the race. It wasn't that difficult, but to me it wasn't. But yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But you could see it more accurate. It's just like that baseball movie. You know what I mean? And it's just weird. It's slightly different.
Well, if you've done something long enough, you should be good at it, right? Like if you've done something for 20 years and you're not doing good at it, you should probably do something else.
So is there booking? Do we have like the bets? Who has all the bets?
Now the races are so freaking close nowadays. It's awesome. I mean, we're like seconds.
Are people betting a lot though? I don't pay attention.
Well, no, the AORC series or whatever the heck it's called now, they have like the bet online thing where they actually do have some, and you can actually bet on them. So like the Mint 400, you can bet on it. I'm not sure if they're doing it for Vegas to Reno. I haven't really seen it advertised. It probably is, but I think that
would make this game because most people found value in football in like the fantasy side of things. So like there's got to be something in this space where people can participate at home.
There's been fantasy off road. It just hasn't caught on. There's a couple people that made like a fantasy off road series, but but it was kind of hard because you didn't actually know who was entered until the last second sometimes, and then doing the odds was kind of weird, so it didn't really work. There was a couple fantasy off-road series that tried. I tried one year and it was just too complicated, and then it just, I don't know, it kind of fizzled out. But yeah.
Well, I want to make sure I don't take too much of your time today. I appreciate everything you've done here. Obviously, you've sold me on whatever you do without meeting you. It's just like, it was cool to understand why you're doing it in the first place. Because I thought it, but I'm again, we've crossed paths in so many different ways. I'm not gonna be like, hey, do you do this for the right reason? That I think is the right reason.
Yeah. So, no, there's been a lot of people in off road that have been super cool. I mean, I've never met so many people that were really just genuine and nice, and doing everything for the right reasons. And I've got to do a lot of cool stuff just through connections that I've made, and I don't take that for granted, but it really is, you can tell the difference, at least I can, between someone who's out to get something for themselves from the beginning, or just looking to like make a profit or money, and they don't really care about you, which off-road industry has a lot of people that genuinely care about others. They've already made their wealth. They've already done good in business, and now they just want to go have fun. And like, if you're a good person, they'll take care of you, and just, you want to be around those type people. So I like that. And I can tell within 30 seconds of talking to somebody now what kind of off-road racer they're going to be, just even selling the race cars. Like, if I'm talking to them on the phone, I can tell, like, just in my head, is this, okay, they're actually serious. Like, there's some potential here, or, oh, let's just sell them a car and see what happens. It's a business. But
of course.
Yeah.
You have to. I mean, you're not going to not sell somebody their dream.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You also understand how much value and time you can put into their dream. You can put into their dream.
When I'm talking to the guy on the phone and he's telling me how he's going to win the next race when he gets a car, I'm like, okay, buddy. Like, okay.
You're all fast until you weren't.
Yeah. It's like, you're not going to get in the car and drive it like Brock the first time out. Like, if you try, you're going to crash. And there's been a few that have tried and they've crashed. So.
And it's, you're only as good until you finally land it. You wait. I can't imagine. Like, I don't finish races.
It's hard.
It's my luck.
It's most of the time it's the prep. It really is.
Oh, the cars are always broken every time I get in them for some reason. And it's just personal stuff too. Like, cars break with me. It's a thing. But I find where I was going with I'm totally lost my train of thought on all that. But the statistics that you've pulled out are really interesting for these guys to actually see, because no one else is doing it. And the race series thing is so widespread of where people want to spend their time and energy. Mm-hmm. And most people race the big four now, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it's really Mexico's the big series now.
Well, there's that.
There's the Mint and Vegas Reno.
There's those. And I think the Baja Nevada's coming up quick. Is it not taking off? I don't know.
It had like 50 entries.
Okay. Well, yeah. There's got to be something stateside, but either way.
Well, the Mint and Vegas Reno are pretty big.
Yeah, I know. I know. So that was the big four in my head. So it's King of the Hammers, the Mint 400, Vegas to Reno, and then I say the Ball 1000. Yeah. I call those for the industry I work in. Those are my big four. So I get confused when I talk to people. Those are my big four because those are all bucket list races for somebody. So you've either going to race one race a year, so you're going to race the Ball 1000.
Yeah.
Or the Mint 400. Yeah. Right. Or I've always wanted to do Vegas to Reno, so I'm going to add it. So it doesn't mean a bucket list race for you. Like, you just have to get it off your checklist. It's a checklist race. Vegas to Reno is like, I just want to do it once. It looks fun.
That race is brutal, by the way.
King of the Hammers, that's one of those things too. People kind of just want to get off that's a bucket list.
Yeah.
So you're either not for desert racing. I wouldn't this is how I classify races.
Like the 4,400 race.
The 4,400
rock race.
It's a bucket list. King of the and then if you're gonna race Mexico, it's Ball 1000.
For sure, those are the two biggest.
You don't bucket race the 250.
No, or the Baja 400. Nobody goes and bucket race the Baja 400.
They're so hard to go to for me too. I'm like, I don't want to go to these races right now.
No, the Baja 1000 is by far the biggest race in the world for off-road racing, by far.
But those four races you've been to combine and actually share information about now. Because before it just wasn't there, and it's cool because I think you're driving traffic to those places because now there is almost like a mini series that they can run. And I like, as far as sponsorship goes, they're going to want to go to those races anyways. And there isn't a mini series built, and I know you guys were a big part of that whole conversation with everyone, and I would love to say that for another time. But is that going?
We can do it again.
Is that going anywhere at all?
Which one?
The whole thing you guys did. You guys got all
the combination. Yeah.
Did that do
I don't
anything?
know. Everybody kind of met. They did have a meeting. Everyone got together, the race promoters, and then nothing happened.
Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. Nothing. Maybe it was last year. It was probably closer
Seemed
to
a
2 years
while
ago. Probably close to 2 years ago. But yeah, no, nothing came out of it. Everybody just talks a big game.
All right, well, let's fix some stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna fix it.
Yeah, no. I don't want anything
That's
to do with
the
that.
next program.
The worst job ever would be being a race director.
Oh.
Like Jose G and those jobs, I would never want that job, and I give them mad props because all they do is get shit from people all day.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody's ever happy, no matter what you do. The course is never perfect. Someone always doesn't like something, and it doesn't matter. It's just a thankless job. It really is. Like, if anybody ever says thank you to them, I would really be surprised. You know,
I say thank
it's
you to
crazy.
LSAO a lot. I know that.
Same thing. LSAO is they're all in the same category. LSAO, Jose
He gets
G,
shit on so
all
much,
of
and I'm
them.
just like, he's such a nice guy. He's
Yeah.
the nicest guy. Don't shit on him like that.
Same with Jose G. Everyone's like, oh, he's a dick. Like, no, he's not. He's just he's strict. He runs it.
Yeah.
He doesn't care who you are. If you break a rule, you're getting a penalty. You know. So then if you break a rule, they don't like him because he gave him a penalty. It's like, don't break the fucking rule. Like,
Yeah,
why
I
are you
know.
doing that? You know, like
It's because, but maybe it's something else you could add to your list of things you could do is talk about rules and pre-show stuff, because I think it's hard for everyone to listen all at the same time. And so maybe if there was a place where because I don't know what all the rules are for all this.
Well, this is a whole nother conversation,
Yeah,
but we could talk about rules a whole nother time. Everybody should have a universal rule book as well.
That would be
like
crazy.
Every single race series
My industry?
should have the same rules and the same classes, the same numbers, the same names for the classes. If you had that across all of them, it would be much easier to promote desert racing to the general public.
Of course.
Because right now they go to a best in desert race and they see a trick truck, whatever, like what the hell's a trick truck? You go to Mexico, you see a trophy truck. Then the numbers for one UTV class are 1,800 in score.
Yeah.
But then you go to Best in Desert and it's like a B or a V and an N. It's like, what the hell class is that? I don't even know what it is.
In the industry I work in, there's 1,000 racers I have set up more than 1,000. Okay. I'm spoke to directly. How am I in all from Alabama to Florida to Maine? Like, I don't know what series they're racing in. How are you supposed to pay attention? How am I supposed to know?
I can't even follow it.
You're like, what's NA? It is like all these commas and BS, and it's like it's so and why can't we just get the top level guys on the same page?
Yeah,
just the tippy top. There's 5 guys. There's 5 cars. You know what I mean? Classes.
Yeah.
Can we just all at least line those 5 up?
Exactly. Just get the main classes the same across the board.
So you can have a good conversation.
Yeah.
Without because the second you say trick trucks. Because it's like it's a legal thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Why?
Score
Why?
has a trademark on trophy truck.
Why?
If you don't know, they
Why?
do. They have a trademark, so nobody else can call it the trophy truck.
We
class.
know why, but
So,
it's why.
Yeah, yeah.
We know why.
In my opinion, just let them all call it trophy truck, and it'd be better for everybody.
I don't
Same
mind
thing
them
with
owning
media.
it.
Yeah.
But share it.
Yeah, let them use it. Yeah.
Share it.
Yeah. Same thing with the UTV classes. Make them all the same across all of them. There's a lot of them now, and I'm not super happy there's a lot of them, but there is, and they should just all be the same. Because it's so confusing when you go to watch a race at King of the Hammers, and then you go watch a race at Parker, and then you go watch a race at San Felipe. You have no idea who's in what class unless you're in the sport, and I don't even know half the time. So if I'm getting confused, other people are definitely getting confused.
And I'd say we're part of a very, and again, we can chat all night about this stuff, but we're in a very interesting space where there are so many variations to classes.
Yeah.
Like the UTV class segment in score is ridiculous. I mean, even for Nora, you get these people racing, there's 1 guy, 2 guys per class. Like that, there's no reason in any other racing series like circle track there'd be 2 guys in your class. I mean, maybe there is, but there shouldn't be.
No, I mean you need a few different classes as long as there's enough cars in the class to support it. So if you have 5 classes of anything, as long as you have like 5 entries in each class, okay, at least you have a class.
But why not a handicap?
But,
why not just build handicaps so everyone can just race against each other under handicap?
The problem is some of these cars are so much different from each other that you really need one.
We're in the
but
weeds.
That's another discussion. I got to go in a few minutes.
I know. We all got to go. Dude, I can't thank you enough for coming out here and coming on this podcast with me and starting this out. Hopefully found value in this. And again, hopefully you guys come check the next ones out.
It was super fun. I'm glad I could come be a part of it and kick it off, and I'm sure you'll do a good job. I'll be watching some of them.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get out of here.
All right.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Perfect.
Perfect time? Camera still rolling? Fuck yeah.
Did the audio record? Hopefully. Yeah.